Nick here with Taco Jeep Adventures. Got another mod to do today. Well, probably the next few days. So I'm going to show you what we're working on. Obviously, you've found this video. You probably looked up the title. Nonetheless, stock rear bumper currently, we're going to change that up. For today, I think I'm going to work on disassembly, cutting it, and getting it prepped for putting the bumper on. And then I'll do that another day. And then welcome to my nightmare. It's kind of a reflection of my life right now. But there's the C4 bumper, the table, the brackets, the spare mount. You know, I got some accessories with it, camera relocation kit, etc. There's the swing arm. So nonetheless, that's what we're going to be working on today. I'm going to link below a really good write-up that C4 did on the Tacoma forum. It's very detailed, colored pictures, step by step. So I'm going to highlight some of the main points, and then I would say refer to that. It's pretty solid. Alright guys, wanted to show you real quick while it's out here so you can kind of see this, something so seemingly simple. I mean, mine fought me pretty good. You can see how this fits here, right? So basically what you're doing is you're pressing on this from the back side. That's going to lift it up and allow this to come out. I messed with this, I kid you not, for like 10 minutes, and I was pulling on it to the point where I was concerned because I've been known to break a thing or two. And then to get this out of the bumper, I found it easier to just pull it all the way through. All you're doing is you're compressing these two little metal prongs and it'll pop right out. And then, yeah, I just wanted to show how that comes apart. Went ahead and did this so that I could talk it over with you. You're going to have a clip here, so you take off your license plate, and you're going to have, as you can see, there's quite a few on the ground here. They're going to be running, hopefully you can see where I'm pointing here, all along the bottom here, across the bumper. You're going to want to take all of those out. And then you're going to want to come up from underneath, and this way you can kind of see them visually from here. There's quite a few. I missed a couple, but when I yanked it ended up popping off. Typical Toyota sounds, you know, it's going to sound like you're breaking it. There's going to be 6, and you just kind of squeeze them inward and push up with a screwdriver or something, or some pliers. And then again, there's these 2, and then there's 6 on both sides, guys. As far as these sensors, I accidentally kind of broke the housing for this one, but wanted to show you guys how this works. Forgive me. All right, you see how the sensor kind of plugs in? You're going to want to reach behind, get something small. You're going to have to pry this part up to undo it. And then for the lights, you know, for your tag lights there, I had to kind of reach behind, and you'll see there's like a triangular looking piece on this part of the clip. If you press that, it'll pull off, and then you can get the factory lights. Press here and it'll slide out of the housing. So yeah, sorry, that was a little difficult to do one-handed, holding this thing and showing you guys up close, but hopefully that helps. And then it comes right off. And then the next steps, it's saying I'm gonna have to take these 10 mil bolts out, and I guess there's 2 on the bottom. And then I should be able to remove most of the bumper, it seems like. So let me do that, and then I'll be back. I wanted to show you here, next step. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 up top. They mention in the directions they're 10 mil, they're actually 12, or ½ inch will work. And then basically I just took some of these needle nose guys, and I've already undone those, but just so you can see, squeezing the sides. Probably need a little bit bigger pliers. These are kind of maxed out. And then you push that down, and you see, so now the wiring harness is not going to be connected to this when I pull this metal section off, which I'm almost at a point to do. There's one here, hopefully you can see this, one here, one here, one here, it looks like, that I'm gonna have to undo as well. So I'm gonna do the same there, and it looks like this whole portion comes off. This is a fun part. These 2 bolts you've already undone from the top. There's 2 on the bottom on either side. I wanted to get through this so that I could actually talk through it and not like figure it out as I'm filming. But basically, this is gonna sit on here, right? You're gonna have your sensor in here, and what I did is I basically I used a little puller tool. All this wiring harness is gonna be ran through here, and then you're gonna have a couple of these little tabs or whatever that are gonna be in there. Pull all those out. That's gonna give you a little leverage. you'll see this little metal clip in here. You're going to have to pry that until it lets go of this plastic piece, because that's going to be the last piece that was hanging on. It's also got these two, it's part of this, pieces that you're going to need to just apply a little pressure here to this tab, and those will slide out. As far as the sensor, you may recall, this is going to be back in there still. You can reach in, and all you have to do is get like a small screwdriver or something, pry this up. If you can't, for whatever reason, get that off as I showed, you will have enough to get your hand in there and just pry this up. And as long as you're prying that up and you apply pressure the opposite way, it will come off. And then as far as getting this out of here, man, these are really interesting how they've put these together. And like I said, I've already broken one. I've messed with it. It's a pain. So basically all I did was shove this forward, because this is plastic and you can tell it's been cut out enough to fit this. So I just shove it forward and then it rotates, pull it out the rest of the way, and then you're off of there. So hopefully that helps. Again, 200 here. This is going to come off. You're going to have to undo everything that's basically holding this plastic, well, the painted plastic, onto the plastic underneath. Undo the harnesses, and that's it. Alright guys, it's probably pretty obvious at this point once you get off. This is in a pretty awkward position. I failed to mention this in the last clip. I could not see where it was to undo this thing. Now I'm looking at it, I'm pretty sure similar to the other one. Just pull up on this, and this should, hypothetically, try not to break it here, pull up on that, and then that just comes right off. You can see all the grime. Clearly this truck has seen some off-road use. Hopefully yours is a little easier. Might have fought me a little. Another thing, I mentioned that they're actually 12 mil. I don't know what truck they did it on. I'll have to look back through the directions to see if it's an off-road. I don't know if there's a difference. Theirs clearly didn't have the sensors and the blind spot monitoring, which I'm pretty sure I'm losing as a result of this bumper. But yeah, they were all 12 mil, not 10. So hopefully this does help, because kind of figuring this out since it's not a part of the directions. I think then we'll be ready to start taking the hitch and the bumper off. Alright guys, I wanted to show you now that this is off. You're going to have this with these two little dowel pins in here. There's going to be two 17s on the bottom here on both sides, and then you're going to have 5 outer on the other side. Once those drop, there's these dowel pins on the other side of the bumper that go, if you can see those pins, they go inside here and they drop down, so it will still stay in place, so the bumper's not going to fall. You can undo all the bolts. The directions say to hammer the dowel pins up. I think with 2 people, you know, because the bumper's going to want to move a little bit at this point, with 2 people you can kind of keep it flush, come straight up and out, and that's what we did. And it dropped. I just tucked all the wire harness stuff behind it so we wouldn't get caught up on any of that, but nonetheless we've made some pretty good progress. I'm going to look, but I think we're about at the cutting phase here next, coming up soon. So hang tight, I'll show how that's done.